Hello everyone, I'm recording my live session on the E-mini S&P 500 futures. The time frame is 2006 charts, and today we started off with a range. As you can see, two legs down, then an uptrend breaking new high. So very fast breaking new extremes, spike down, spike up. EMA is flattening. These are all signs of a range. Then you make breaking new low for the downtrend, make another push lower and another push lower, and you keep making multiple strong bearish bars. This shows that there is a wider channel because there's no reason for us to keep pushing lower. So at this point you have to zoom out and ask yourself the question, why do we keep pushing lower? So you can connect the highs of the swing, you can connect market geometry to make a spike in a channel like this. This has 3 bounces already confirmed, so this looks nice. But then you make overshoot and you never make a stronger pullback, you never have a reaction, which shows the overshoot isn't acting as overshoot and there's a wider channel. So you're gonna keep widening it like this, but at a certain point you can't keep widening it, and overshoot is just not proportional. So overshoot has to be proportional to the downtrend. If overshoot is just this strong, twice as big as the channel, you just have to draw a channel for itself. I drew something like this, fits nicely and is already confirmed. So now I'm just waiting for failed second entry long below the EMA reversal setup to test the new low of this downtrend. I was ready to take a failed second entry long. Not here. I saw this and thought that we weren't getting an entry because we're far from the EMA, but then it kept retracing back. So I was waiting for a failed second entry long until this bar exploded up, which completely burned our hopes of getting a failed second entry long here. But that can happen. You have to wait for a better entry, like a lower high setup confirming the bearish momentum. It looks like we've pulled back too deep. I was expecting 2 legs up here and the test of new low. There was a strong attempt, but we just didn't follow through. We didn't make complete new low and we started reversing. This shows that the buyers are really strong, and now at this point we've just pulled back too deep to expect new low for the downtrend. So I'm gonna have to adapt and play a wider channel like this. It feels a bit too broad, and like this just doesn't look good at all. So I think I'm gonna draw something like this. It fits better, and yeah, I'm gonna be following this channel now, and I'm gonna be taking second entry longs at the key entry point. So we do have breaking new low for the downtrend. So now I want a reversal pattern above the EMA to test new high of the uptrend. Something like a first entry short failure, second entry short failure to test the new high of this uptrend would be a great setup to take. I have just widened the channel to something like this because we've had another bounce perfectly off of this trend line, giving us the 4th bounce, which means it is already confirmed and quite a strong key level. And I also just missed a new low, first entry short failure, second entry short, triple test, doji signal bar but long tail at the top. So I missed that trade on my part. I looked away from the monitor. So that's a mistake to learn from. I'm looking away from the monitor too much. So yeah, there was a nice lower high setup confirming this second entry short here, but the signal bar was simply too low. There's not enough time to scalp before you get to these lows. So it was a great trade technically, but practically there was just no entry for us. I've just missed another great trade. It's a very good trade. 2-legged pullback, failed breakouts, nice signal bar. You expect new low for this downtrend, while the wider downtrend is still in play. So we're following two channels, which is extra confirmation. You have two-legged pullback, and it's a failed breakout from a range. Great trade. I put my limit order. It didn't get filled, but after I actually measured the bar size, I could have taken it lower. I could have put my limit order a bit less deeper, and I would have gotten filled. So 3 trades missed. 2, this one is not takeable practically. I marked it education wise, but you cannot take it because you would just be selling too low. And yes, unfortunately I missed 2 trades, but it happens. I have to adapt and forget about it. Well, now I've taken a new low. Sorry, it's a lower high setup confirming this failed breakout, and took the limit order on it. Quite big risk, 3.25, a bit more than comfortable, but it's takeable. And I'm about to get my TP hits. Just a few more ticks, and I've just had my target hit. So that's the first winning trade of the day. Lower high setup, multiple test, great trade. I missed this 2-legged pullback failed breakout, so I could re-enter on this lower high plus multiple test. Great trade, and yeah, we move on. So after that lower high setup we took, market made the new low for this downtrend and kept going down nicely in what seems like a spike in the channel. As you can see, we have 3 bounces off the top, 4 bounces. This one was confirming it quite well. I was hoping for a lower high setup here, but unfortunately it didn't form. But then you have a 2-legged pullback, as you can see, and then we started pushing lower. So I wanted a lower high setup 2 around here, would have been great and would have confirmed this 2-legged pullback. Fortunately we didn't get that, and we did make a first entry short here. A high, you can consider this as a lower high, but this is only a first entry short because you're gonna reset the count from here. If a high or low setup would have formed, it would have been much better to form here. So I won't take it around here. I was waiting for the second entry short. Fortunately we didn't get it, and we just pushed to new low. So now we have new low. We're still following this wider uptrend, so I'm still gonna only be thinking about shorts, but I'm gonna be more careful now because there might be a deeper retracement, because we do have break new low for this channel. So we did have break new low for the downtrend. We made a stronger pullback in the opposite direction after breaking new low. That is why you have to follow trends inside of wider trends like this. As you can see, we had break new low, we made wider pullback, even though after we had break we started pushing lower to test the new low of the wider downtrend. So there was contextually a very good second entry short here, but unfortunately it did not form well inside bar, so that's why I'm not taking it. Alright everybody, market is about to close. I took 1 trade and won. Good enough, and the day was quite good. We started with a range, we broke out of it, then we created a very strong overshoot that kept going lower, so it wasn't proportional to our channel. We had to start it from here, make a new channel. Then at around here, when we got a really good bounce off of this trend channel line, I widened the channel to something like this and I kept playing it. Then we had quite a tight range with a lot of setups. Second entry shorts, good setup that I missed. Lower high, another good setup that I didn't miss. Actually, this one was just not takeable because you'd have enough time to scalp for the lows. Failed breakout, which was a 2-legged pullback. Great trade also, very nice trade. This one I missed. Both of these setups I was looking away from the monitor, so very unfortunate. But then we had a lower high that was confirming this failed breakout two-legged pullback, while we expected new low for the downtrend and the wider one was still in play. This was a great setup. I took the limit order on this and got filled, and I got my scalp for 10 ticks actually, because the ATR was quite high. And yeah, then we just kept going lower. There's many tighter trends in one wider trend. I drew the spike in the channel that looked quite good. We had break new low, and as you can see, there is truly this channel, because after we had break new low we had a wider uptrend, something we had a wider pullback, sorry, like this. Yes. And this shows that there is truly a reaction after the break a new low. And yeah, I expected a failed second entry long at the EMA here to test the new low, but unfortunately we didn't get that, and we just kept continuing to go up. So that's about it. Hope I catch you next time.